Hello and welcome from the sidelines of the ICR Orlando 2024 conference. I'm Jarrett Banks, editor-at-large of IPO Edge. Joining me today is Jim Fogarty, Chief Executive Officer of FullBeauty Brands. Jim, welcome to the program.
Well, thank you for having me, and I look forward to a conversation about what we've been up to at FullBeauty.
Great. Well, let's get right into it. Give us a quick background on FullBeauty. I understand the company has been around for more than 100 years.
That's true. Basically, the company was founded in about 1900 when a woman was realizing that there was a void in the marketplace, and she wasn't able to find fashionable clothing. That was the initial founding of our Woman Within brand, and she looked around at the marketplace and realized that she had to sort of make the business happen because others weren't taking care of women of her size with fashionable clothing options. All of our brands, as we built our portfolio over this last century as a company, have had a founding story much like that. The 1940s, it was our Roman's business, it was the Catherine's business in the 1960s, even into most recent acquisition since I joined the company about 4.5 years ago. We have acquired Catherine's and ELOQUII and the CUUP business, and they've all been about women founding businesses to try to service a need that hadn't been well met in the marketplace.
Okay, now I understand you have a number of brands under your portfolio, and you also have a digital mall. Can you tell us about that?
So one of the things I and the team and our board had understood over time is if you were trying to service a younger customer, taking a brand that perhaps served a different demographic and trying to take that brand down and make it something that it isn't, make it younger, that was never a particularly good strategy. And so we were really, really good at servicing the boomer market, the boomer plus market, the older Gen X customer, and our whole platform had sort of built up around multi-brand, multi-category, building lifetime value with that customer. And we looked at the total addressable market and wanted to also attack the younger demographic. We wanted to figure out how to attack the younger Gen X and the millennial customer without, again, doing that ill-fated take a brand and try to make it younger. And so we had a list of many companies and brands that we believed would help us get there. So we wanted to, in essence, do it through acquisitions. And we found the ELOQUII business was put up for sale by Walmart. We always liked that business, and we acquired that ELOQUII brand. That provided the foundation or the hub around which we were able to then build our new digital mall. So we have our existing digital mall, which takes care of that boomer customer. And then we anchored around this ELOQUII brand a new mall to service now the millennial and younger Gen X customer.
All right, great. What's next for size-inclusive fashion? We've got macroeconomic pressure out there. We've got shifting consumer habits. What's next?
For us, what's next is continuing to stay on mission. So we've been on this. The company's been on the same mission for that century, and we've particularly doubled down on that mission. If I get down into the details of what we're up to, we of course have this ELOQUII and CUUP business that's joined the portfolio. So we want to really build out taking care of that younger demo. As we brought on as an example, our CUUP business, that business only takes care of women through a band size of 40. We're going to be extending those sizes towards a 50. We're going to continue to take care of women all the way through a 44W. So we have one of the largest size ranges offered in the marketplace across all of our brands. And in terms of what we think is going to continue to happen in the macro environment, the average size of women in the U.S. is about an 18W. And so we're right in the heart of taking care of, we've become the majority of the business in the environment. And we would expect to continue to grow our market share within that addressable market.
Okay, now you just mentioned that you acquired ELOQUII and CUUP. Tell us a bit more about your M&A strategy and what those brands bring to the portfolio. and how your digital mall is different than a traditional digital mall.
So we're fortunate that we have a strong free cash flow in our business. We have solid liquidity, and so we'll be looking for opportunities to, both continue to, invest in our existing businesses, but we'll be looking at M&A opportunities in this upcoming year. And things have, there's a number of things that have gotten dislocated, and there's interesting opportunities that we're currently looking at. And we would look to opportunities that would allow us to accelerate our basically bring more traffic to that digital mall and accelerate our presence with that younger customer, and sort of create that feedback loop with those other brands that are in that mall. And then in terms of what that mall is, it is a multi-brand setting, so you can, no different than in our existing digital mall, where one could buy a top from One Within and a pair of bottoms from Romans, and perhaps a piece of swimwear, a piece of intimates, and have one clean checkout. We're replicating that same experience over for that younger customer with ELOQUII and CUUP and Swimsuits for All, but we'll also be doing it in a way that's cognizant of that younger customer. And that young customer, the older mall would be more Facebook. This mall is more Instagram and TikTok. This mall is going to be a lot more about influencers and creators, and really leveraging PR in a much more impactful way versus perhaps what we've needed to do in our existing mall. So one of the things that acquiring these brands has allowed us to do is to bring in more talent to our organization who are well tuned to take care of this exact customer.
All right. Can you tell us about your growth strategy as we kick off 2024 here? Are you looking at more acquisitions?
We are looking at more acquisitions. Our main growth strategy is taking care of the customer that we already have with our existing businesses, and we're hoping for a soft landing and sort of a kind of a pivot towards some growth in the macro environment. But we're not going to count on that. We're going to assume the environment remains reasonably difficult in apparel, and just keep taking care of the customer that we have, and look for these opportunities on M&A as we go into this coming year.
All right, this has been Jim Fogarty, the Chief Executive Officer of FullBeauty Brands, signing off here from the ICR Conference in Orlando.